Well, hello, Andrew again. The numbers keep clicking up. Today's episode 84. And today we're looking at Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 to 16, moving on again through the Sermon on the Mount. And we are picking up at verse 14, you are the light of the world. Remember yesterday we looked at you are the salt of the earth. Today you are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one after lighting a lamp puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Surely we would say it's Jesus, isn't it, who's the light of the world? Doesn't he say that? I am the light of the world. We see that in John chapter 8 and 12. But he also says that you're the light of the world. I'm the light of the world. We are the light of the world. And your light, my light, may be a reflected light. He may and is the ultimate source of light. Yet you, me, we're the light of the world. And the truth is that many of us, including me, would rather not be seen. We'd rather be spectators, ones who look from the shadows at those who are the real actors in life. We would rather not be seen. And this may in fact be the whole point. The whole point of our being light is so that our good works are seen in order that God may be glorified and think, ooh, that hasn't helped. None of us are invited to anonymity. There is no room for shrinking violets. We're all invited into the light to be visible actors on the stage. What the world sees of God, it sees in us. It's scary, I know. How are we doing? If you other lights out there are like me, this is it's an uncomfortable thought. Not only is what I do, how I am seen. It's so easy, isn't it, to think that we are required to give a perfect performance every time. Because every time we don't, we imagine that in some way we're letting the sight down. So the light that I broadcast is also seen. Now, as I said, all this is fairly intimidating. It simply taps into my feelings of inadequacy, of not being good enough, of not being enough. And yet, there's something else here. Darkness is simply an absence of light. It takes only a little light to push back the darkness. And just as we saw yesterday that a little salt makes all the difference in the world, so our light can make all the difference in the world. And it seems to me that this is the flip side of our anxiety about being seen. What opportunity for other people seeing might be presented by us, even in our weaknesses and failures? People who walk in darkness, people who have lost hope, people for whom there seems to be no way forward, that for them a bright, glaring, shining, massive light might just be too much. But it might be the quiet glimmer of a fellow traveller that offers them hope and helps them to see that all might not be lost and there might be a way forward. Our light, no matter how dim, might be the ray of hope that someone else needs. We all remember that little Sunday school ditty, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine on. And we go on and on and on. That light may be a little one. It might feel to be inadequate and ineffective, but it actually could also be incredibly important. I remember over 30 years ago, I did a stint as working for just a few weeks as a student chaplain at an Auckland hospital. And after visiting with an older lady who was facing some quite serious surgery, and I came away feeling defeated really. I felt that I'd offered her nothing, no help at all. Yet as my supervisor and I were able to go back over the interview and reconstruct it, we discovered that even in this place that I'd thought was a complete wipeout, in my failure as I saw it, in my weakness and vulnerability, I'd actually given this woman the help and the confidence that she needed to be able to face what was before her. That she actually expressed that in certain words, but it wasn't what I was looking for, but it was there. The very thing that I thought was a sign of my failure and weakness was a sign for her of hope and strength. So don't underestimate the strength of your own light, little though it may you be, particularly in your moments of weakness and of failure. They might be just the very moments when your light, the light that you offer, is exactly the kind of light that someone else needs. It's in your vulnerability and in your weakness that light that others need may be the only light that will penetrate their wall of hopelessness and helplessness. The light that breaks through and declares to them the possibilities of the loving grace that God holds towards each one of us. God bless you.